part of Robot Showcase. Let's go. And yeah, I did manage to get it uploaded on Wednesday. A little bit later than usual though. So let's just get right into it. First up, Hammerhead. Robot of my own design. Kind of based on Sharkoprion from BattleBots. Just sort of like a shark-based robot that's quite cheaply made. This one's quite fun to use because it does get a lot of damage. Like, these things, the fins are basically designed to be detachable, just like that. Great fun to play with because it always gets so damaged. And as you can see, its main weapon is a hammer. Right there. Just like that. Good old hammer. Okay, next up, aftershock. I used Alvi Islam's instructions to build aftershock. I think I did a really nice job on it though. Nice fidget spinner for this robot. I got the dimensions perfect basically. And I think I got the size right. It's quite small, but so is the real aftershock, let's be real here. Compared to all the other robots. It was incredibly destructive though, and so's this one. Very powerful. It can't do the thing aftershock normally does though, where it sort of does that weird bounce thing back onto its wheels. Because, well, I couldn't find any round fidget spinners at the time. Okay, next up is primeval. It's got a flipping scoop at the front, and a self-righting arm right there. Quite a nice flipper on this machine. And the Shremek does indeed work. Just like so. Okay, next up is Gravity. Very powerful flipper on this robot. The last Dutch robot I've made at the minute, my favourite Dutch robot, Gravity. Very powerful flipper, especially when it competed in Series 7. And I made the flipper quite strong. There it is from Primeval. And it's sort of based on Anderson 932's Gravity, the one that competed in the Annihilator of RWA. Now, fun fact about Gravity, actually, is that I actually made it, but the day after I made it, Anderson 932 released How to Build Gravity, so whoops, maybe I should have waited a day, but I did a nice job. Okay, next up, the next robot, or should I say robots, is the Swarm. Yep, Razor 1905's favourite robot. So, just go them in order. Here's Pinzer, the grabber, basically. Sort of grabs down onto some robots. It can't really grab a whole lot, though. Just like the real Pinzer. We have that unnamed blue rammer. I mean, I was actually going to build Sky, but I actually ran out of, you see that like red piece with the little spinny bit? I actually ran out of these pieces, so I couldn't make it. So yeah, there's the unnamed blue rammer. Here's Rubber Duck. Did a nice job with Rubber Duck, got the flipper. And I even gave it those two nice little red eyes at the side. And finally we have Blender, who I broke just to show you what piece I was talking about. I'll try and repair it. Which is probably the best looking out of these lot, in my opinion. I think I did a really lovely job with this one. I believe I got the blade absolutely perfect. I mean, it can't really spin too well, because, well, it's a Lego spinners. Lego spinners generally don't spin too greatly. Wow. That failed. So yeah, there's Blender. Very, very nice collection of robots. Did quite well on the Swarm. Okay, next up is Metal Morgue. I got inspired to do this after seeing Mighty Morgue in RWA and World of Red Rose Mecha Morgue. So I thought, you know what, Metal Morgue. And I think I did a really nice job. Got the Grim Reaper there with those gears at the back. Quite a nice flipper at the front. There we go. But the best part is that it does do the thing that the Morgue robots do. There we go. Do you see that? It rolls over. Just like that. Very nice. Okay, here's Plan B. Another crusher. I always do this with these crushers. I always use this method. Sort of make an L shape. A nice little crusher. This is basically if jellyfish was a bee. I made it really wide, and gave it a crusher instead of that weird sidewards clamp thing. And I even gave it nice little wings to help it self-right, which it can self-right, like that. And yes, that pun is absolutely hilarious. Okay, here's Storm 2. Oh, I thought I had my finger on the mic. My favourite Rambot, competed in Robot Wars. I really like a good rammer, like Storm 2, and I think I did a really good job on this one. I got the decals absolutely perfect, especially at the top right there. I'm really pleased with this one. Probably one of my best looking replicas in accuracy, and I gave it the front hinge flipper, so it can self-right, like that. And also because I don't know how to make 4-bar flippers yet. Here's Chompalot. Here's another crusher that uses that crusher setup. It's got the leading wedge as well. I based off Series 6 Chompalot because I couldn't be bothered to do the flame decals at the side. And it does have those wings. It also has tin foil around the edges to make it nice and shiny. And there we go. Self-rights as too. I quite like Chompalot. Did a pretty nice job on it. Oh, and press F in the chat for Series 8 Chompalot. Okay, here's Liftoff. Nice, good old flipper, this one. Reminds me a lot of Zeus, the Italian robot, except it's sort of a better version of it. The flipper is surprisingly quite an effective flipper. Here it is flipping Metal Morgue. There we go. And because it has this weird long bit up there, it does actually have the ability to self-right. Like that. Okay. 2 more left to show you before I then show off something special. Here is Redbull. This one is a very compactly built flipper, pretty much. And I designed it off a bull. Because I had an idea of some robots that drive over the wedge of some flippers. I gave it 2 spikes to prevent this. And I thought, you know what? That looks kind of like a bull. So that's where I decided to base it off a bull and make it red, because Red Bull energy drink. And yeah, it's quite nice. Really strong flipper too, this one is. I do have quite a lot of powerful flippers. There we go. And yin and yang cluster bots. Yes, but the second cluster bots I've made. I made the swarm last, just to let you know. But these ones, I did kind of get inspired from Robot Wars of their yin and yang, and I thought, you know what, that's such a good idea. I'm going to sort of make my own take on it. So obviously mine is slightly different because it's can't self-right, and they're more of a ring spinner instead of a full-bodied spinner. And yeah, I'm really pleased with these ones. So yeah, they're both pretty powerful little spinners. So those are all my competitor robots, but I do have some more to show you, because not only do I do heavyweight divisions, I also do middleweights. Now currently most of my middleweights I use are Hot Wheels cars, and I use the cluster bots one after the cluster bots, so I use one after Yin and Yang and Double Jeopardy. But I have made 4 middleweights of my own. Here's Mini Moth, a mini bear moth. Looks very nice, very cute as well, Mini Moth. Ah, yeah, very nice robot. Here's Toxic Junior, a mini Toxic Crusader. As you can see from last video, this is a mini Toxic Crusader, Toxic Junior. Very powerful flipper. Space Invader, sort of a spinner killer based robot. It also has these things to roll on its back and to stop it from going on its side, just like that. And Icepick with the axe sort of based off iron ore, basically. And I even have my own 2 house bots. Here's Rhino, sort of a nice pushy robot with these lifting spikes at the front to ram and slam, and it has a Shremek. And here's Virus, another sort of clampy robot that bites down and lifts. Here it is, having Storm 2 as a snack. Just like that. And as they say, that is that. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this mini robot showcase series, and until then, I'll see you again next time. Bye bye.